I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hopper. For those of you that have been watching some of the videos, you know what's going on. For those of you who are new to the channel, in 2023 I am going to be doing an Appalachian Trail through hike northbound from Georgia to Maine. So this is kind of the beginning of that. What this is my first ever hike. You see my gear, it's a hot mess. This is my first ever practice hike with all my gear. I'm going to be doing 2 nights at a local state park in Maine, which is about an hour from my house. Testing out gear really for the first time. All I've done is, up to this point, is do some hikes with about 19 pounds maximum. Today I am way overloaded, and with everything I've got, I'm at 34 pounds, excuse me, which is too heavy. But that's what this is about. It's about getting out, testing things out for the first time, seeing what I should get rid of, seeing what works, what doesn't work. The goal is to do about anywhere between 6 and 8 miles. I'd love to get 8. I did bring food really for like 3.5 days because I didn't know how hungry I was going to be. Again, everything's new to me. So you get to watch me trying to figure life out. I am there, and I'm going to try to take this up, follow the Twin Brook Trail, get on the Lookout Trail, do the Beaver Lodge, Songa Wilderness, and then back around. I was going to bring 3 liters of water, but I needed to drop a couple pounds, so I decided to only go with 2. They do have facilities here, so I'll be able to get water. In worst case, there's a lake, and I've got my filter. I have heavier clothes than I'm actually gonna have on the trail. It's just as I haven't figured out pants. Like, I don't like pants. So I just brought like some warm-up pants, some heavier ones for sleeping tonight. I have an extra raincoat because I haven't bought my rain gear yet. It's a little bit heavier than what I want. Wow, I'm already winded. Wow. It's gonna be a long day. I think I'm gonna have to break out my hiking poles for the first time. So these are the zpacks carbon fiber with cork handles. Now, full disclosure, I actually asked zpacks, I reached out to said, hey, would you guys be willing to send me some of your poles to try out? And they did, so I did not pay for these. So thank you to zpacks to send these. This will be one of the things that I'm really going to be looking at over all my practice hikes and everything, is the quality of these poles, because again, so I'm a bigger guy, so I'm going to put a lot of weight on these, and then if these are the trekking poles that I take with me, they're going to get, 2,190 miles, so they're going to be with me for a while. I can tell the Appalachian Trail may take me longer than most people. Because if this is, I like to stop, I like to take photographs, I like to take video. And I just came over this little crest on the nature trail and I found another pond. Check this out. So I think I picked a really good day to go out and do this. Today's high is supposed to be about 58. It did rain a little bit yesterday, so the ground's a little damp, but not too bad. So far, the only thing that I know that I've forgotten is my battery pack. So I may not have full 3 days of charge on my stuff. But Susanna may bring me my battery pack tomorrow, so just so I make sure I have enough. Hey, look at that. It's a babbling brook. Came up the top of this, well, pretty much the top of this ridge. Sun's starting to come through, burn through the clouds, so it's starting to warm up a little bit. I notice I'm starting to sweat, so I took off that mid layer. Yeah, I figure this is probably a good time to stop, get some water, get a snack in, and then get going. And it is just absolutely beautiful out here. This is going to be the Beaver Lodge Trail. Look at that. The reds, the oranges, still have some green. We'll see what it looks like along the bog if I want to go all the way around or not. So I did want to talk about, well, I have a chance here. Let me set these down. I want to talk about trekking poles, hiking poles, walking poles, whatever again, what you want to call them. Like, I've never used them before. I've used a walking stick before, just one walking stick, but it was a big, tall, like, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass!
The trekking poles, like, I kind of feel very awkward. You know what it reminds me of? Okay, this is totally going to date me and probably make me sound like a dork. Do you remember the movie The Dark Crystal? Like Jim Henson, the Muppets, sci-fi, fantasy thing. Anyway, I feel like those creatures that they wrote, I think they're called striders. That's what I feel like. I feel like a strider out there. And so I'm walking along. It's just me. There's no one else out here. I'm like, is this how we're supposed to be doing it? If I go like this? Okay. I did notice that if I didn't have them, I would have fallen on my butt twice because I started sliding on moss-covered rocks. But I had the poles, so that was good. It has helped alleviate some of the strain on my calves up and downhill, especially uphill. Downhill, much better on the knees, so I like having them. But I'm like, what? Am I doing this right? That's the big question. Am I doing this right? This is what I'm talking about, right? So you got your walking sticks, which is, I like the grip on them, very comfortable. I like the fact it's got the good straps and has soft foam on the inside. But anyway, so like, is it this? Is it opposite arm, opposite foot? And are you supposed to do it on every step? Is it? But yeah, like the strider thing, like, okay, imagine. I feel like I'm in the Dark Crystal here. God, I hope no one's watching this. These are the things that go through my mind when I'm by myself. So that way it goes around the bog out there. And then the Songo Wilderness Trail is up this way. And I think that's the one I want to do. Ooh, as I fall backwards off the side of the thing here. I'm going to go down, out, and around and make my way back to the campground. I'm not spinning you around to make you sick. I'm at a crossroads. Literally. Okay. Oh, this is the one map that doesn't have a "you are here." I'm going that way. So I made the loop. I made it back. This is the campsite I originally wanted to take, was that one right here. But then I found one up on top of the hill and I was like, yeah, that one's nice. This is where I started my hike today. But the closest restroom is closed. So they say to go down to another one. So I'm gonna see if there's any camping. I mean, there's a crap ton of sites available, but that's not necessarily for tent camping. So I decided just to stay up in the, see if I can get better lighting. Hello. Anyway, I decided to stay up in the tent area. It's a little bit higher, and wind's coming across is really going through the RV area down there. Up here, not even a breeze. So now I'm trying to find which spot I want. Oh, there's one right on the water. Right over the water. Let's go see. Yep, okay. I'm sold. Tent's gonna go right there. That's my spot. Okay. I'm sorry. I was gonna set up camp, and I was like, oh, let me look around. And I see a little necklace on the table. And my son and I have this ongoing, it's been going on for about 2 years now, battle. I should take my pack off. We've been having this ongoing unicorn battle where, like, maybe I'll buy him a stuffed unicorn and I hide it in his bed. Or when he's getting his face painted and he thinks he's getting a tiger, I trick my friend's daughter into actually painting a unicorn. Things like that. So I'm looking for sites, and tell me this isn't a sign that this is the site. Look at this. This is sitting right here at the site that I wanted. That's a sign that this is the campsite. It's magical. This is now only my second time setting up this tent. First time setting it up when it's all combined. So, excuse me. This is the Durston X-Mid solid. So it's a solid walled, double walled tent. Now I did swap out the stakes I'm using. So I had bought previously some of these titanium stakes from zpacks, and what I found is they are just a hair, like a hair lighter. And since I'd already bought them, I decided to try them out. So I'm gonna use these today. So when I set the, the hair's looking good. When I set the Durston tent up in the yard the other day, I didn't do the guy line extensions from the poles, and I didn't do in front of the vestibule either. But I went ahead and did that today, obviously because I'm really camping. You know, only the second time setting it up, but that's basically what it looks like. And tonight, looking out of there, that's my view. There are some pretty big rocks underneath this dirt here, and I noticed like the stakes will get in. I can't get them. There's about that much of each one's really sticking out. I wish I can get them lower, but unless I tilt them, and then they just pull out. But we'll give this a shot tonight. I mean, it looks pretty sturdy. And now I'm gonna get my sleep system set up, which I've only done once as well at home. I have one of the pads, and what I'm gonna do is cheat and use a little tiny pump that I bought for it. All right, so what I have is, this is called a Flex Tail Gear Tiny Pump X. It even has a light. Well, I thought it had a light. There you go. See, it's got a light. Oh, look at that. It comes in. Anyway, so this is your pump. It's not exactly quiet, but it will pump up your air mattress, or your pad, your sleeping pad, excuse me. And I have a Nemo Philo pillow, which has like a foam, but also has an air bladder inside as well. So, whoa, hey, as I fall over. So this is a Thermarest Neo Air, and I believe it says this has an R value of 6.9, which I'm going to be leaving on the trail in February, and it's going to be cold. So I'm trying to get as much R value as possible. It does add a little bit of weight. Plus I also had to get a larger size just because of the fact that I'm using, well, I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm a little bit wider. And also I'm using a quilt. so kind of changes the size that you use. But this is what I'm using. So I'm going to go into my ADOBE and fill these things up. The sleep pad's set up. I've got the pillow, and then I am using Enlighten Equipment Revolution. I did the 10-degree quilt. It's an 850 fill. So first time using it, so we'll see how it does tonight. I also have just a thin, like a sleeping bag liner from Sea to Summit. If things get really cold, I also have my Enlighten Equipment Torrid jacket. So I think I'm going to be just fine. It's only supposed to get down to like 31 tonight. We'll see how that goes. I think it's coffee time today. This is Wild Nut Coffee. These are single serve coffee bags. They're kind of like in a tea, well, not kind of, they're in a tea bag basically. So you boil your water, put the tea bag inside for 8 minutes. Ooh, doggy. Man, that boiled fast. Holy balls! Alright, note to self. Don't grab this when you're coming off the stove. Stick that in. Coffee, snack, dinner. That's what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna watch the sunset over here. I tell you what, I'll do a time lapse for you. I'll set a time lapse up for you so you can watch the sunset with me. If you haven't already, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you know when a new video comes out. I'm Hopper. Are you tracking?